Okay, question number 60. Two trains having the same length are moving in the same direction. In the same length are moving in the same direction at 54 kmph and 36 kmph. So one is at 54 kmph and other is at 36 kmph. So they're moving in the same direction. Moving in the same direction. The faster train crosses a man sitting in the slower train in 40 seconds. See, this is the slow train and there is a man. This is the man. So this train just the driver sees that person, okay, at this point, and then once the train comes here, it is said to be crossed. When it comes here, how much distance it traveled? Traveled the distance of the train length. So it traveled a distance of trained length. Which train? Faster, because both the trains are having the same length, no? So it is L only, and this is also L. So to cover this L distance, it is taking 40 seconds. So then the time taken by faster train to completely cross the slower train. Okay. So the time taken by faster train to completely cross this train instead of the person. So person is a point. The train is a length, right? So to cover L distance, it took 40 seconds. L distance means its own length. And to cover one more L means for taking L, it took 40 seconds. Again, for taking L, it took 40 more seconds. So 80 seconds it takes to cross the slower train. Okay, understood. So there is one train, there is other train. Both are having same length. So to cross this person, it took 40 seconds. It took 40 seconds to cross a person. It's crossing a person means it is covering its own length. Okay. After he is not asking for crossing a person, he is asking to complete this distance, to complete this train. But it is also having same length L only. So to cover L, it is taking 40 seconds. Means again, it will take 40 only to cover the same L. So, but in totally, he has to cover 2L distance. For L 40, for 2L it will be 80. Simple question it is. Just to understand takes time. Once you understand, then it is easy. So what is the question 61? 61 question, just check it out. Question number 61. Man takes a total of 11 hours to row 36 kilometers. 26 and 26 upstream and 36 downstream. Upstream means what? Upstream is nothing but man velocity minus stream velocity. Downstream means man velocity plus stream velocity. So it will the stream velocity will be added to the person when it is downstream. If it is upstream, it will be subtracted. That is only the difference. So now he is taking 11 hours. So you can write it as 26 by m minus s plus 36 by m plus s is equals to 11. This is one case. Next, put them as a bracket. Next, 30 kilometers upstream and 44 kilometers downstream, total 13 hours. 30 by minus s plus 44 by plus s, total how much? 13 hours. So then the ratio between the speed of the man in still water and speed of the current. So he is asking about m and s individually. And their ratio m is s is asked indirectly. Just solving these two, you will get the answer. This one and this is. How can you solve it? By just eliminating. You know how to solve the equation. Hmm. Okay, you have to eliminate, you have to equate either these two or these two so that you can subtract. So it is 36 and it is 44. I'll take LCM of 36 and 44. 4 9s are 4 11s are. So I'll multiply this with 9 and I'll multiply this with 11. So then this one and this one will become equal. Okay, understood. Because I have taken LCM for 36 and 44. 4 and we got 9 and 11 as parameters. So you can verify. So 36 into 36 into 9. How much is it? How much is it? How much? 11. 4 into okay, 36 into you just multiply. Yeah, you just multiply this with instead you multiply this with 11. This with 11. See. So if you multiply this 36 with 11, 6, 3, 6, 6, 9, 396. So if you multiply this with 9, 44, 9, 36, okay. So it is satisfying. So multiply this with 11 and this with 9. You can cut these two. When you cut these two, the 11 into 26, 26 into 11, how much? 6 to 6 to 6. 6 yeah, 286. So 286 by m minus s is equals to 121. Again here, bottom. 270 by m minus s is equals to 13 times 130, 130 minus 13, 117 will get. So you will get, subtract these two, 4 is equals to 16 by m minus s. Okay. Then m minus s is equal to 16 by 4. So m minus s is equals to 4 you will get. So you got m minus s value. So once you got m minus s value, substitute in any one of them. You get m plus s. So what I'll do is just substitute here 26 by 4 minus 11 is equals to 36 by m plus s. Those are 30 by 30 kilometer upstream. Okay, 2 kilometer downstream. So 26 by 4 in by 2. 26 by 13 by 2 minus 11 is equals to, I've taken towards right side. So 13 by 2, 13 minus 22 minus 9 by 2 minus 22, 7, okay, 9 minus 36 by m plus s. So minus minus gets cancelled, 9, 9, 9. So 8, m plus is equal to 8. So that implies m plus s is equal to 8. So you got m minus s value and m plus s value. So m minus s is 4 and m plus s is 8. From options also you can verify, you can simply calculate m minus s and m plus s values. So m minus s is 4, m plus s is 8. So subtract 2m is equal to 12, m is equal to 6, and else 2s is equal to 4, s is equal to. So m is ts how much? Used 3 is to 1 is the answer. Next 62. 62. A person lent certain amount simple interest. Certain amount of simple interest. He lent 50% of that amount, 25% per annum, 40% of the remaining at 10% per annum, and the balance at 15% per annum. Okay, if he received some amount as interest for 2 years, then the amount lent at the rate of 10%. Okay, how much amount he gave for 10% he is asking. A simple question is just assume, suppose he has given 1000 rupees. So out of 1000, 50% of the amount is for 25%. 50% is 500. Remaining amount is 500. In this 500 is given for 25% interest. Sorry. So if it is 25% interest per annum, and for how many years he has given it for 2 years. For our 1 year, how much he has to give? So out of 500, 10% is 50. 20% is again 50. One more 10%. 5% is 25. So 125 is 25%. But he has given it for 2 years, then 250 is the amount. And out of the remaining amount, 40% of the remaining at for 10%. So 40%. So 10% is 50. 40% will be 50 into 4 equals to 200. So this 200 amount he has given it for 10%. So out of 200, 10% is 20. Okay, 10% per annum. And for 2 years it will be 20 more. So it means 40 rupees you will get as an interest. So 250 for the first amount and 40 for the second amount, and 200 he has given now out of 500, so remaining is 300. The 300 is given 15%, so 10% is 30, 5% is 15, so 45 he has given for 1 year. So then for 2 years, then it would be 45, again one more 45, it is 90. So 90 you have to add here. How much it is becoming? 0, 9, 10, 8, 380. So 380 parts he is getting as an interest. But in the question, how much he got interest? 6840. So this 380 parts, if this 380 parts become equal to this, the amount he lent at the rate of 10% per annum. 10% per annum, which amount he has given? 200 rupees. So what is this 200 parts become equal to? 380 parts become equal to this. 200 parts become equal to what? 200 by 380 into 68400 gets answer. 19 2s are 19 3s are 57, 19 6 114, 2 1s are 2 18s are 18 2s are 3600. 3600 is answer. Next question. Just instead of doing it, just simple thing, you will assume that he has given 1000 rupees. Then you will calculate. So make it simple. For your understanding, I have written everything in step by step. The exam you don't do, just skip many points in it. The simple interest on 73,000 for 488 days. 73,000 488 days at 5%. 488 days, not years. 5% is the rate of interest. What is the formula we have? PTR by 100 is the interest value. For simple interest formula is PTR by 100. Principal is given as 73,000, but we don't know time period, time in years. Actually, T means time in years, but he is not given in years, he has given it in days. So for 365 days, it is 1 year. For 488 days, how many years? 488 by 360. Okay, and into R is 5. PTR by 100 will give you interest 5% value. How much calculate this? We'll get the answer. Whole thing divided by 100. PTR by 100. Let's cancel. 5 1 23. 23 gets cancelled. Then will be there. Oh, 8, 8, 0. The second option. Next, 64. 64 question. Is 64 talks about 64. A person got rupees 35 lakhs as his retirement benefit. He divided this ratio into these two parts and deposited the amount for simple interest in the names of his two sons, having the ages equivalent of years and 20 years, so that by the time they cross the age of 25 years, each of them will get the same amount. With the rate of simple interest is 10% per annum, the amount he deposited in the name of his elder sons. Okay, one person retired, 35 lakhs he got. What he did, he just divided them into two parts. Did not mention in which ratio he divided, but he divided them into the two parts and deposited this amount for simple interest in the name of his two sons. He has two sons, son elder, son younger. So elder means छोटा छोटा बच्चा है ये बड़ा बच्चा है younger means छोटा చిన్నోడు పెద్దోడు పెద్దోడు చిన్నోడు elder పెద్దోడు younger చిన్నోడు 12 and a half years 12 and a half years a small kid. So 12 and a half year means the interest is at 12.5 years. Interest rate is 10%. So for 10%, if you deposit for 12 and a half years, how much percent will you get? 125%. But initially, you take it as 100%. 100% has become 125 with interest. The total it will become 225%. Initial amount is interest. And for bigger son, it is only 5 years. For 5 years with interest 50%. So initially 100% initial amount. So you can take it as 150%. So 225 1% and 150 other percent. We take the ratio. This is younger and this is elder. So 25 nines are 25 6 are. So 3 these are 3 2 are. 3 is to 2 is elder to younger amounts ratio. But the amount he deposited in the name of his elder son. So for elder son it is 3 parts. So out of 5 3 parts how much it will become? Total 35 lakhs. 500 5 700 21 lakhs is deposited per elder son. పెద్దోనికి 21 లక్షలు ఇచ్చింది. See, I'll teach all these 100 questions in Telugu also once I finish. Okay, completely in Telugu. Now I'm teaching completely in English. So once this is done, I'll teach all the questions in Telugu. To cover Telugu medium students, I'll do that. To cover English medium students, I'm doing now. The 65th question. A certain sum of rupees P amounts to rupees amount, it's not interest, amount has become 52,800. In 5 years, interest of 5%. And let rupees S be the in total interest accrued for the period of the period. So S is the total interest for simple interest rate. And if C is the interest at the rate of 10% B for 2 years. So C is for 2 years the compound interest, compounded annually. So it means first year 10%. So 100% became 100% got 10% interest first year. So now it is 110%. So 110%, for this 110% he will get 10%. So that is 11%. So initially 10% he got, next 11%. Total 21% he will get when he do it compounded. So C will be 21%. And S for 5 years with how much percent? With 5%. 5 into 5, as it is simple interest, you can directly multiply 25%. So 25%, this is 21%. So S minus C will be, S minus C is equals to 25 minus 21. It will be 4%. So 4%, we need to find 4% value. But we have given with 52,800, it's not the interest, it is the total amount. Total amount means total amount with what? Principal plus interest is equals to amount. So that is 52,000. Because the interest he got is 25%. Already he got 100%. So 125% is equal to A. So if 125% is that much, what is 4%? 4 by 125 into 52,800. So multiply, divides, find 525 is 5 1 5. 50,000, 50,000, 1,500, 5 5 5 1 okay, 5 1 4 20, 20. The points you are getting. Answer is also in points. 5 4s are 20, these are 10, 5 2s are 10. It's 5 4. So 16.16. If you end with 6, these two are not options. You don't. So 1600 something. You get, so this is 1689.60. You don't have to do. Why you don't have to do? 400 into 4, 1600 plus something. So obviously the second option. Next, 66 question. The difference between the compound interest compounded annually and the simple interest on a certain 3 years at 5% per annum is rupees 305. And the principle is, see, if this type of questions are given, there is a formula. The difference equals to triple into r by 100 square. If it is for 3 years, 300 plus r by, this is the formula you have to use. Otherwise, if you don't use this formula, it will be a very lengthy problem. Okay, you need to find the p. Then r is 5 by 100, so 300 plus 5 by 100. I'll tell you, if you don't use the formula, what you have to do. 5, 20, so 305 by 20 into 100 equals to p into 305. Sorry, this one gets constant, this 2000. Sorry, there is one more 5 by 100 also. Square, right? So again, 5 by 100 extra is there. So 5 into 100, 100 into 100, 40,000 is the answer. 40,000, 40,000 is the answer. So now I'll tell you, if you don't know, if you don't know this formula, how you have to do, how much lengthy it will become, I'll tell you. So it is lengthy, but still you need to know the season. So with simple interest on a certain principal for 3 years at 5% per annum will become 15%. For simple interest, it is becoming 15% is the interest. For compound interest, it won't be 15%. It will be, the interest will be P into 1 plus R by 100. Okay. So 3 into 1 plus 5 by 100. So it is 105 by 100 times. So 105 by 100 times. The whole thing into PP is anyway it is visible. Like this also you can do, and you can do the initial thing as 100% and 10% of is 10. Next one 10% will become, no, sorry, 10% of is 10%, but 5% is 5%. It will become 105%. Again for this 10.5 divided by 2, 5.25% per second. Like that, you can also calculate like that also. But here I'll do this. 105 square. I'll tell you a shortcut. If any number ending with 5, how you can do the square? 5 squares are 25, you keep like that. There is 10 in front of it. You add 1 to 10, it will become 11. 10 into 11, 110. So this will become 105 square. Okay, 105 square. Suppose you don't know 25 square. So 5 squares are 25, right? You add 1 to 2, it will become 3. 2 into 3, 6. 625 square. Like that you can do for anything. So 35, 35 is there. 5 square is 25 cube. You add 1 to 3, 4. 4 into 3, 12, 25 square. I'll tell you those things in the charts when I'm teaching percentages and numbers. Okay. Again, I'll multiply with 105. So it will become 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10, 12, 5 0 0 1, 5 on the 5, 5 on the 5, so 0 0 0 0 0, 5 times zeros, 5, 2, 0, 1, 1. It will be it is becoming this much. And you take point after fourth this much. So it is becoming how much? 115.7625. So 115 is a percentage for simple interest, and this is for compound 7625 extra. So 0.7625 is the percent you are going to get extra. Okay. If 0.7625 is the value that is corresponding to the extra amount, there is a question. I'm telling you two methods here. So one is little bit complicated and other there was easy. We already solved the question. We got the answer, that is 40,000. This second method I'm teaching, I'm telling you. A 0.7625, where it is 0.7625. 0.7625 is corresponding to 305, what is the 100% value? 100% is the actual principal. If you can solve this, then we'll get the answer. So I'm just removing the point. So 406 extra divided by 7625 into 305. Just 561. 5 on the 5 the it was a 10, it was a 25. 61, 600, 20 times 1200. So 25 times I do because it is ending with 5. 5 on the 5, 5 6 are 30, 2 on the 2, 2 6 are 5, 2, 5. Okay, so gets cancelled. 25 times 25, 4. 40,000 is the answer. 40,000 again. I hope you understood both the methods, but one is taking too much time, the other is taking less time. So whichever is comfortable for you, you can adapt it. Second, 67. A building of worth 14, 6, 4, 100 uh, is constructed on a land of worth 656,100. The value of the building depreciated at 10% per annum and the value of the land appreciates at 10% per annum. The value of building is decreased by 10% every year and value of the land is increasing every year. In the time to which the value of both of them will be equal is. So it is simple question. So 14,64100 into, and it is building worth. Building gets depreciated. It means 90 by 100 all to the power of n is equal to 656,100 into 110 by 100 all to the power of n. Okay, these two zeros gets cancelled. The bottom 100 power n get cancelled. This zero and this zero power n gets cancelled. Then 9 to the power of n divided by 11 to the power n is equal to 6561 by 14641. So this is equals to 9 power 4 and this is equals to 11 power 4. So n is equal to 4. In 4 years, it will become equal. Right. And annual compound interest rupees 1200 becomes 2400 in 5 years. The number of years required for the same principal to become 19,200. The same principal should become 19,200 at the same rate of annual compound interest. The same annual interest rate. The same annual interest rate will become this much. So for 1200 to become this much, it is taking 5 years. So for 19,200, so two times, it is becoming two times. So how many times it becomes? We'll have to divide with 12. So 6 2 are 6 3 18, 6 2 so 16 times. So for two times it is taking 5 years. One more two times 5 years. Two. So 16 times it takes 20 years. Or else you can multiply with 5 into 4 equals to 20 years. 20 years. Question number 69. Question 69. The difference between the compound interest obtained by the process of compounding annually and half yearly and a certain amount sum of 18 months 10% per annum is 105. And the sum is, so it is also a lengthy question. You can do it through options. You take 40,000. For 40,000, what is 10%? 4,000. So in a year it will be 4,000. So it will become 44,000. So again 10% is 4,400, but he is not asking per year, it is for half year, so it will 2,200. So now 4,000 plus 2,200, how much it is? 6,200 you are getting as annual interest. One area, one scenario. Next is it and half yearly is it is getting charged for 18 months. How much it would become? Half yearly means on the basis of 5% it will be considered. So now take 40,000. So 40,000, 10% is 4,000, 5% is half of it, so 2,000. So now it is becoming 42,000 after 1 year, after 6 months. So 42,000, 10% is 4,200, half is 2,100. So 42,000 already became, but if you add 2,100 again, so it will become 44,100. On this, 10% is 4,410. Half of it is 2,205. So you add 2,205 to this. Already it became 4,4,100. No? So 4,4,100, 2,205. So 5,036,46. So 6,305 is the interest. For the second case, 6,200 is the interest for the first case. 5, 0, and 1, 0. It is getting satisfied. So 40,000 is the answer. Like that, you have to verify with the option, but this verification you can do very fast. Question 70. A started a business by investing 18,000, and after 3 months, we joined him with a capital of 24,000. From then, after 6 more months, C joined them with a capital of rupees 36,000. Okay. Okay, first A joined. So A is there for how much time? 70% number 70. So 1800, 18,000. And he was there for 12 months. East. And B joined him with a capital of 24,000. And he was there for 3 months he joined. So it means he will be there for 9 months only out of year. The next 6 more months. So then C joined capital of 36,000, but he was there only for 3 months because after 3 months of A joining, B joined, and after B joined, after 6 months, C joined. So it means only 3 months he will there to complete the year. At the end of the year, if the share of C in the profit is rupees 1200. First, you find the ratio. So these 3,000 gets cancelled. My God. Three ones are, three threes are, four ones are, four six are. You should not miss anything. You miss this one. Three threes are, three one, six are, three ones are, three two. Two is to two is to one. But C's profit is 1200. Then the total profit end is 5 parts. One part is 12 means 5 parts means 6 or 12 into 1000. 12,000. So 60,000 is not. Just find the ratio, that's it. A and B started a business by investing rupees 48,000, 36,000 respectively. After 6 months, C joined them as a managing partner by investing rupees 72,000 and a monthly salary of rupees 500 was paid to him from the annual profit for managing the business. So he was there for 6 months. So for 6 months, you will get 500 per month each. So 500 into 6, 3,000 is get as a salary. If C's salary came out to be 10% of the annual profit. So C's salary is 10% annual profit. So this 500 into 6 months, as he was there for 6 months, it will become 3,000. 3,000 is 10% of total profit is 3,000. So what is 100%? The 100% will be 10 times, or else you can say 10 times. So it will be 30,000. So 30,000 is the profit they are getting. But in 30,000, 3,000 is the salary which is to be given to C and I am removing it. So 27,000 is the total profit. It should be shared among ABC. How it should be shared? Then the share of A is asking. So 48,000 was there for 12 months. East 36,000 was there for 12 months. East 672,000 was there for only 6 months. 6 ones are 6 2s are 6 2s are 3 zeros gets cancelled. So 2 1 2 36 12 3 12 3 4 is 3 is to 3. So total is 27,000. 4 parts will be given to A. So 0 gets cancelled. 27 4 are 54, 108, 108, double 0. This is the answer. Okay.